The black box of China Eastern Airlines plane that crashed in March, killing 132 people on board, suggests that someone in the cockpit of the Boeing plane took an intentional nosedive, according to a Wall Street Journal report. The Boeing 737-800 jet had plummeted 30,000 feet in a near vertical descent in under 3 minutes to crash in the hills near the Chinese city of Wuzhou on 21st March. Data from a black box recovered in the crash suggests input to the controls pushed the plane into the fatal dive, the report said, quoting people familiar with US officials' preliminary assessment of the accident. The plane did what it was told to do by someone in the cockpit, said a person familiar with the preliminary assessment, which also includes an analysis of information taken from the damaged flight data recorder. Data from a black box retrieved from the crash site suggests input were deliberately fed into the controls that caused the plane's fatal nosedive. This person also said that Chinese investigators had not found any mechanical or flight control problems with the plane. He said that model is a workhorse of the global aviation industry and is part of a family of Boeing aircraft that have one of the best safety records in commercial flying. Therefore, either it was a pilot or someone on the plane who broke into the cockpit and deliberately crashed the plane, the reporter said. The deliberate crash theory is also bolstered by the fact that neither Boeing nor an air safety regulator have been working on any directives to pilots, alerting them of possible malfunctioning that might have caused the accident. Chinese authorities have also prepared a preliminary report on their investigation into the crash. A summary of the findings said there was nothing abnormal in the communication between the crew and the traffic control before the plane descended. Days after the crash, a Bloomberg report had detailed that flight MU5735 was at about 29,000 feet altitude and roughly 100 miles from its destination when it started plunging at a far greater rate than normal. According to tracking data logged by Flight Radar 24, the plane began falling at more than 30,000 feet per minute within seconds, instead of gradually dropping by a few thousand feet per minute. Overall, it plunged almost 26,000 feet in the span of roughly 1 minute 35 seconds, the data track showed. The plane's dive appeared to have halted for about 10 seconds and it climbed briefly, adding an unusual twist to the scenario.